All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you're here. My name is Lane Kennedy, and I am a mindfulness and meditation teacher. I'm also a hypnotherapist, and I love DNA. Yeah. But for today, I'm going to be talking about mindfulness and meditation and really kind of supporting you in finding that path. And I love the practice of mindfulness. But before I get ahead of myself, I want you to know that this is a journey, right? I've been practicing for over 20 years, and you don't start mindfulness and become an expert. You don't start meditating and become an expert, and your mind just becomes quiet and calm and you float off into the heavens. You just don't. What this practice of mindfulness is a practice of being in the present moment, allowing yourself to hear your thoughts, but not being reactive or judgmental. That's a good one right there, right? Not judging. Uh, and just being. It's a practice. So there's a couple of things that I want to just offer you. And the first is that you're here, right? You're like, okay, I'm going to check this out. What is Lane talking about? It's like having an open learner's or beginner's mind and seeing that everything is new and interesting. When we come from that place of like curiosity, that's new, that's interesting, we're actually practicing a form of mindfulness. So you're here, so you've begun this journey. The next really important tool that I've already talked about just for a moment is the non-judgmental. Now, this is something that as somebody in recovery, the way that my brain operates and the way many of my students' brains operate, we're in this critical factor. It's up here in the prefrontal where it's red, it's loud, it's ugly, it's dark. Those are all judging thoughts. And so when we step into practicing mindfulness, we avoid labeling. And it is what it is. I know that sounds crazy, but we avoid the right, the wrong, the good, the bad. We just allow it to be. Okay. That's principle number 2 that I really want you to understand. So we have the beginner's mind, the learner's mind. The number 2 is being non-judgmental. The third part is acknowledging, just the acknowledgement, that recognizing that things are as they are. So currently, where you're at, it is what it is. Perhaps it's sunny out, perhaps it's raining, perhaps you're behind in your mortgage, perhaps you don't have a car that's operating, perhaps your kids are screaming. Acknowledgement of whatever that is how they are, is a really great tool. And one of the tools that we use as we venture into this mindful life. Now, mindfulness is something that we can weave in and out of our mornings, uh, throughout our whole day, or it can become this lifestyle, which I'm pro. I'm pro teaching it as a lifestyle because the quicker that I learned and my students learned that we can practice this mindfulness techniques, there's a sense of freedom that appears. Because remember, the prefrontal cortex is highly judgmental. It's saving our lives a lot of the time. But being able to put space between our thoughts and recognizing, oh, I'm being judgmental right now, or recognizing, oh, that's a hot flame. Maybe I need to stand back from that for just a moment, right? When we're practicing this mindful lifestyle, we gain a deeper perspective of our lives, but more importantly, of the entire world, or your entire world, and how other people are in it. So let's go back to these principles that I was talking about earlier: the learner's or the beginner's mind, non-judgmental, acknowledgement, and I want to get into being settled, which is a really nice place to be. So, settled is this very yummy state of being comfortable with yourself. Doesn't that sound delicious? Like just being settled, present. So, think about the last time you just sat with yourself with no distraction, no Netflix, no books, no people, no coffee, no cigarettes, no chocolate bars, no kids, no partners, just yourself, no phones, just yourself. And you just sat there. So, the practice of mindfulness allows us just to be settled, present, where we can hear the beat of our own heart. We can feel the pads of our fingertips and just be. It's a magical experience when we can sit in that settled place. The next principle is composed. Now, you might think, that's a no brainer. I'm going to be composed all the time. Well, you can be composed, uh, yes, but there's also moments in your life when somebody cuts you off in traffic, or the barista doesn't make your latte the way that you want, or your food was served cold. And there's a reactive moment inside. And so when we practiced mindfulness, we practice being composed. And being composed is being really patient and in control of our reactionary behavior, whatever that may look like. So if the barista serves you um, a whole milk latte and you ordered almond milk and you're like, "Ah, ah," right? Using this principle of composure, you would remain patient and just say, you know what? Maybe it was my mistake, but I ordered oat milk and this is whole milk. Can I just exchange this out real quick? Right? Being in control of the emotional regulation. Like we're constantly up here again, like, too much over, like it's a lot, right? So understanding that gaining composure and being composed is a part of this mindful life. Now, the next principle that I want to share with you is letting everything be, like just being. So I talked about being composed. When we let things be, we don't need to change anything. I don't need to get in there and fix anything. I don't need to say anything. I don't need to do anything. I just, I'm just there. I'm being, right? It's such a beautiful gift. Again, practicing this lifestyle of mindfulness. And there are so many tools. I'm just giving you 5 or 6 of them right now. And there's so many more uh, ideas around creating a mindful practice, a mindful life, uh, that I want to invite you to just practice. So let's practice together. How about that? I think this is a good idea. So first thing in the morning when I wake up, I typically will do a meditation practice. Now, meditation and mindfulness, there is a divide between those two. Meditation is taking quiet time. It's allowing the thoughts to come in and out of your life. Being mindful is being curious, being interested, being able to pause, right? There's a difference between the two. We can practice a mindful meditation. We can practice a meditation, and we can practice mindfulness. So a lot of people get very confused about these. There's 3 separate things. Today, we're just going to practice a meditation so you can feel that experience with me. So go ahead and find a place. Make sure that you're not driving, you're not walking. Just find a chair that you can sit in and come to the edge of the chair because I want you to feel your body. I want you to feel how it becomes alive and alert. You can sit at the edge of the chair and just sit upright. And I want you to take your hands and place them down on your thighs. Okay. And your ankles are not crossed. You're just here with me. Okay. Sitting up. The shoulders are just slightly back. Your stomach, you don't have to hold it in. Okay. You just let it go. Let it rest. The hands are placed down. Go ahead and allow the eyes to look up at the ceiling, taking an inhale here. And then allowing the eyes to close down on the exhale. And just noticing the breath right now. Just noticing how it feels to be sitting with me. And bring your awareness to the top of your head. And when I talk about awareness, it's bringing your attention to the top of your head. And just allowing that attention to be right at the top of your head. And if any thoughts come in, as they should, as they will, just go back to your breath, focusing only on your breath and the top of your head. And when the body wants to shift or move, just be mindful and come back to that upright position. And go ahead and expand that breath, making it larger, inhaling and exhaling. And bringing your awareness now right to the brow center, right to the brow center. And just imagine the air moving through at the brow center. And now drop that awareness down into the nostrils, both of them, just feeling the breath moving through the nose. And feeling into the body, recognizing the expansion. Just release the jaw. And just keep breathing here. I'm going to take one large inhale here. Release the jaw. Exhaling. I'm going to do that one more time. Inhale here. Hold at the top. And exhale again. Opening the mouth. And just placing a small smile on your lips. The corners of the mouth roll up. And that single action changes the chemistry of the brain. Keeping that smile on your face. And simply allowing the eyes to roll open again. Very good. We've now practiced together. Amazing. So I invite you to continue to practice and to learn about this mindfulness lifestyle. It's going to help you so much in your recovery. I promise you. A lot of the work that I do with my clients and my students is all about creating this lifestyle that can support you in your recovery and long-term recovery, or wherever you're at in your recovery. Everyone's different, but I know that creating a mindfulness practice is going to support you. So I'm so grateful to share this time with you. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in learning more about me, you can find out everything over at the nowwhatsociety.com or You can just search me, Lane Kennedy. Okay, my friend, I hope to meet you in the very future. Take good care.